Coronation Street viewers have been quick to share their reactions following one of the soap's most dramatic recent exits, though many remain unconvinced that Becky Swain's story is truly over. Despite her relatively short stint on the cobbles, Becky left a lasting impact, and her departure has sparked both relief and lingering suspicion among fans. Becky Swain, portrayed by actress Amy Cudden, was last seen on screen on Monday night, January 12, as her fate was finally sealed. Sentenced to 12 years behind bars, Becky appeared to face the consequences of her long list of crimes. However, in classic soap fashion, viewers aren't entirely convinced that Weatherfield has seen the last of her. Becky's return to the ITV soap in September came as a major shock. She re-entered the life of her ex-wife, Lisa Swain, despite Lisa having believed Becky was dead for several years. Her dramatic reappearance couldn't have come at a worse time, arriving just days after Lisa had become engaged to Carla Connor and on the eve of their daughter Betsy's 18th birthday. From the outset, it was clear Becky's return would cause chaos. While Becky initially presented herself as someone seeking reconnection and redemption, it soon became apparent that she had far more sinister intentions. Her primary goal appeared to be reclaiming her family at any cost, and she wasted no time inserting herself between Lisa and Carla. Through emotional manipulation and calculated interference, Becky ultimately succeeded in driving a wedge between the newly engaged couple. Viewers watched as Carla, devastated, ended her first serious relationship since her split from Peter Barlow. The emotional fallout marked one of the most heartbreaking chapters in Carla's recent storyline, with Becky firmly positioned as the villain at the center of it all. However, the drama escalated far beyond emotional manipulation. In a shocking twist, Becky kidnapped Carla just as she was preparing to leave Weatherfield for a break in Spain. Carla was held hostage in a flat, the location of which she had unknowingly been given during a visit to the hospital to see Lisa's boss, D.I. Costello. The chilling storyline kept viewers on edge as Becky's behavior became increasingly dangerous. Eventually, DC Kit Green began piecing the puzzle together, aided by girlfriend Sarah Platt. Their investigation led to a grim discovery. Carla had been moved from the flat and was being held captive in a shipping container after Becky realized her plan was close to being exposed. Weak, frightened, but determined, Carla refused to give up. Despite her own ordeal, Carla became focused on stopping Becky once and for all. Knowing that Becky, Lisa, and Betsy were planning to flee the country, Carla set out to warn them. What followed was a horrifying multi-vehicle pileup that left several lives hanging in the balance. In a dramatic turn of events, Carla and Kit found themselves helping to save both Lisa and Betsy at the crash site. Even injured, Lisa's instincts as a detective kicked in, delivering a moment many fans found deeply satisfying. Lisa formally arrested Becky at the scene, finally putting an end to her manipulation and reign of terror. Monday's episode offered viewers one final confrontation. Betsy was shown visiting Becky in prison after overhearing Lisa express fears that Becky intended to drag her down as well. In an emotional and powerful moment, Betsy finally stood up to her mother. She blamed Becky for Mason's death and made it clear that Becky meant nothing to her anymore. Betsy even told her that she may as well have stayed dead, referencing the years Becky had spent pretending she no longer existed. The confrontation appeared to have a lasting impact. Soon after, Lisa was informed that Becky had been sentenced to 12 years in prison, with no mention of Lisa or Betsy during her sentencing. Lisa later shared the news with Betsy at home, marking a moment of closure for the fractured family. The episode ended with Becky behind bars, enduring taunts from fellow inmates who mocked her for being an ex-police officer. Alone in her cell, Becky stared at a photograph of Betsy pinned to the wall, a haunting reminder of everything she had lost. While many fans expressed relief at Becky's exit, particularly those rooting for Lisa and Carla, to find their way back to each other. Others questioned whether this was truly the end. Soap fans know all too well that prison sentences don't always mean permanent goodbyes. Despite the divided opinions on the character, praise for Amy Cudden's performance has been overwhelming. Viewers took to social media to applaud her portrayal, with many admitting they would miss her presence on screen, even if they were glad to see Becky gone. One fan wrote, "I personally liked Becky Swain, and I'm sad this seems to be her last appearance. Love a character who completely upsets the apple cart, especially with iconic fashion to match. Hopefully she'll be back one day." Another added, "I'll miss Amy Cudden, Becky not so much. She's a fantastic actress. #Corrie." Whether Becky Swain's story is truly finished remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: her explosive return and dramatic downfall have left an unforgettable mark on Coronation Street.